All right, we are streaming. Yep, just making sure we're streaming here. This is we're here at the 9 o'clock hour, second day here at JEC World, and I have my friend John Melilli of Composites Automation.
Good morning.
If you can reach around all the, you got a lot of cords going here.
Down there.
John's been on the show in the past with Composites Automation. He has over 30 years of experience in the application of mechanical, electrical, and industrial automation components and systems for manufacturing. He's been working with composite part manufacturers since 2004.
Yes.
And Composites, a little bit about Composites Automation. They are the only manufacturer's representative firm in North America that focuses on providing innovative composites manufacturing solutions to companies manufacturing all types of structures. And you're going to be talking about that today because there's a number of companies that are representing that. So I appreciate your time today.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. Jace, this is my 16th year at JEC, and it's really an amazing transformation from being a show down in the city of Paris, and just kept growing. And now we're out here by the airport, and I think they'll probably announce well over 100,000 people, and that will visit. And this show truly, and it sounds trite, showcases all of the technologies that one would look to find.
Sure.
That are emerging to improve the manufacture of composite parts across all industries. And we have so many new things. There are companies now that are incorporating artificial intelligence into their software systems.
It's amazing. Yeah.
To really predict how processes will work. We have digital twins. We have manufacturing historization. So many companies are now developing newer and lower cost entries for automation. There's companies that have the ability to just sell you the fiber replacement head, or the head on a robot, or everything on a gantry, right up through literally companies that can build the entire plant. You provide the greenfield, and they will develop all of the equipment that's needed. So over here we have a company called Technobel, which is a company out of Slovenia. We actually represent them, that has disruptive equipment for making pipes out of e-glass, resin, and a sand mixture that replaces concrete pipes.
Wow.
And it provides the longest life product that would go in the ground to do wastewater and water movement. We have companies that are now combining 3D printing with long fibers, so that you can now realize making full parts that have structural integrity in the axes of in the load paths where we have non-destructive testing. There's just so much that we now see. And the composites industry is slowly going from an artisanal, manual process into adopting, all of the
even in some of the the traditional industries like marine, you're seeing them begin to adopt these technologies.
I've often joked. I said, I've never met a mom or dad that says, "Now listen, study hard, do all your homework, and someday you'll become a composites technician, and you'll be putting composite material on a tool." But we have people still doing that artisanally, but companies, OEMs like Boeing and Lockheed Martin and Spirit and Safran, all recognize that the future is getting to be able to make single aisle aircraft at rates of over 100 per month. That's the goal. And not until that happens, we will be struggling with large backlogs of orders. And so it's quite exciting. This this is an exciting industry to be in because everybody has a single-minded purpose, and that is to enable customers to adopt disruptive technologies
Right.
that increase their efficiencies, that give them the highest return on capital employed for the capital equipment that they've bought,
Sure.
with the highest ROIs, so that their annual reports show good stewardship in
Yeah.
how they have run their businesses. And this is a place right here at JEC where you can have meetings with the C-level people,
Yeah.
with smart people,
Absolutely.
who will help you understand the process development steps that have to take place, the programs that have to be in place in order to make intelligent decisions for the technology that makes sense for your part and for your business.
Yeah, absolutely. And you bring up some really good points. You've got to change because you're
Yes.
seeing the, we go back to, I was talking with, Andrew Hedger at MVP yesterday. We're talking about, some of the technology they're adopting with, you talk about AI, some of the machine learning type systems they're partnering with Lesta and for these teachable systems that you can train to do a lot of the stuff that, your workers would traditionally do, but we're seeing a shortage of skilled workers now. And I think
Yes.
technology means, or the benefits of having this technology allows you to replace a lot of the skilled workers that seems like becoming fewer and far between these days for a lot of companies.
Yes.
So let's talk about fiber patch placement technology a little bit.
Sure.
You mentioned AI. Is there, are they looking at integrating machine learning into this process? Or
Yep. It's funny. I had dinner with the president of that company last night, Torsten Groen.
Yeah.
And I said, as your product develops,
Yeah.
in its various technology improvements,
Mm-hmm.
You will have to introduce a way of having a digital thread,
Yeah.
and AI, which would give it some ability to understand, in an automated way, what is the best way to make the part.
Sure.
Whether that AI is applied in the design step or in the manufacturing step,
Yeah.
or in the final analysis step. But all of our customers are now going to want to know everything about the part, from the raw material roll, which you took out and you put on the machine, all of the manufacturing process, all the temperature, all the time, all of the kinematics that the machine went through to make the part.
Sure.
It all has to be stored in a manufacturing historian. It has to be analyzable. It has to be able to be interrogated, and then it has to be able to be analyzed by operators in order to have a full understanding of the part, in terms of improving the next ones, right back down to the material.
Right.
And our customers are going to start to demand to know everything about that part, because if you make 1,000 parts and they're all flying on airplanes in the sky, and something happens to one of those parts, that airline will want to know which planes do we have to address immediately, right now.
Yeah.
And they need facts. And so, we are now in an era of manufacturing where, I believe the mantra has to become that we manufacture by facts.
Yeah.
We manufacture and we run our businesses by factual data. And we're no longer relying on what I call tribal knowledge. Right?
Yeah.
We're not relying on people that may be retiring in any day. And Cevotech really provides a piece of technology in fiber patch placement that has the potential to replace hand layup, which still dominates a good percentage of manufacturing of composite parts. And of course, it gives you the ability to look at the patch on the top and the bottom for FOD or any kind of defect. And then it allows you to put that patch on a tool. That tool then can now go into an autoclave.
Yeah.
It can be cured, can be taken out of the autoclave, and now you can move it right directly into a CNC for drilling, for cutting, for trimming, and with very little operator intervention in the middle of all of that process. So it's going to require some new programs that are not going to be I'll say held back by a part that's already been certified. And we're getting great success with some programs for radomes, because radomes are, just about on every airplane, and it's very well suited for doing radomes and multi-material and combining material with core. So
Yeah.
it's an exciting product.
Where are they located? I meant to post
they are in Hall 5. I don't know the exact number, but they are in Hall 5.
Okay.
And of course they're in the manifest, or you can just contact me. Happy to meet you over there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Hall 5. Mention that number one more time.
Yeah, they are in Hall 5. I can look it up if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to let me enter that here on our streaming down at the bottom. Hall 5. And that is Cevotech. Also, the website would be cevotech.com.
Yep, and they're also on mine. So they are Hall 5, and it is M99.
M99.
Yep.
Okay.
Where they are.
All right. I'm going to show that now. Let's see. There we go. Hall 5, M99.
Yep.
Visit. That's where you'll be today.
I'll be there.
There and other places.
Yeah, I'll be. Well, I am a multi-line.
That's right.
Manufacturer's rep, and so I'll be at Microsom, which is in Hall 6. I'll be nearby Technomodule, which is also in Hall 6. EasterJet. So I have like about a half a dozen.
Absolutely.
Over. And so we have a lot of principals that we're actually representing, and
Sure.
and others have even approached me, but we're not taking on any more lines.
Yeah.
But we're happy to be here.
Well, John, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for stopping by. It's always good to see
Jonathan.
you. Yeah, absolutely.
It's always nice. Yeah.
John Melilli, Composites Automation LLC. Again, you can you'll run into John about the show today. He'll be all over the place, but one place you can visit is Cevotech at M99 Hall 5.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.